page 253.
253.
253. Floodplains is found on 255 as a general description. If you will take a moment to review land schedules and tables, you can go from page 253 through 278, and you
Now,
should find all.
does that set the price for it per acre?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It does. In fact, it gives you a description first of all, and then it goes through and gives you the price per acre broke down by the type, the acres, the floodplains per acre, and then you go all the way through.
And by the districts too, right?
By that's township.
By the township.
That's
Okay.
township.
Yeah. I checked into that.
And on a side note, this information is out there electronically on the website.
Now, you are telling me you used the compared sales method, right?
Yes.
On
that's
approaching,
part of,
approaching the values.
This is also in the schedule of values, how we determine values, and the approaches to values that we use. Would you like to look at those?
Yes.
Starts out on page 6 with the description of the properties. It's the principle of highest and best use, the principle of substitution, and the traditional approaches to value. So you can find that from page 6 through page 40.
Let me see that one right here. I'd like to take a look at that right quick. You wouldn't mind?
I'll be glad for you to.
You got a pencil right there. I can use the eraser on. Here you go, Matt. Ask you another question here on that right there. Well, a few questions brought to my attention here on this here, Matt. On this neighborhood deal you got right here, this 1 acre that you came down, base rate land valuation,
Let me see what you have.
on page 276.
Okay. Okay, this is, okay, 276.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, this 1 acre, how do y'all determine that this time? The appraisers.
Well, these are questions you'll have to ask the appraisers.
In other words, you don't know how they determine them, the 1 acre.
I'm sure they did the market data sales approach to come up with that, but I don't have the material in front of me that would support how they came up with
Because everybody property,
$16,000
yeah, property card residential showed up with this here on it, on that part of it.
They have the supporting evidence. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm not.
In other words,
I'm
John,
going to
John
tell the
ended up.
information that the researchers would have. That's not information I have in front of me.
Mm-hmm. In other words, you don't remember this, right? You mean that. Well, now, I requested from you, from George Wood, went and talked to him about it.
Oh, what's your question? I don't understand your question.
I asked, the question was, asked George Wood was, how did they determine the deeds to look at, to come up with the standard value? And I came right over here and you gave me that, and
Well,
plus that other sheet that I gave you just a few minutes ago with the deeds on it.
As I told you, I'm pretty sure I can call Janet Spears in, but I believe she printed that straight off of the request from the Department of Revenue.
Okay, let's check that, make sure.
Janet, can I bother you just a moment, please? Yes, please. If you will go back and get that document list again, please. So that she can look at it and see if that's where that data came from.
Take another look at that, Nancy. You ever recognized that before?
Sure, this is part of the information from Workshop 452, Fundamentals of Assessment Ratio Study. Just one moment, please. If you will show the document that you were referring to last week, to Janet.
Janet.
Janet, is this the information that you printed off the website of the request of deed booking page for the sales ratio study from the Department of Revenue?
Yes, ma'am.
That's where the information came from.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you might not have that back here.
Sure.
Comes directly to us.
This came from the Department of Revenue, right?
From the
And
North
just
Carolina.
keep in mind that she is recording
Yes, ma'am.
and speaking to the
Okay.
camera.
Okay.
But that is 2011, right?
Yes, for 2011 sales of real property, as it says on the paper.
Okay. I got you covered on that right there.
So that's where it came from.
Well, let's, man, let me see that piece of paper I gave you a while ago about them maps.
What's in it?
Yep.
We will have to check with the GIS to see if those files still exist. The person who created those maps is no longer with us. We have a new GIS programmer. I am not sure he'll be able to recover those files for you, but we will definitely attempt to.
Okay. In other words, you don't have the people that went up and the people went down because of the property cards.
No, what I'm saying is that the data that was used to compile those maps
Mm-hmm.
was generated by the previous GIS programmer.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, she has retired from us and moved on to Gaston Hospital. We have a new programmer on board. I will ask if he can find these data files. I'm not
Gaston
sure
Hospital. Oh, where the person went to Gaston Hospital, you tell me?
She's working for Gaston Hospital.
Okay, I got you.
She's no longer with us, but we will attempt to see if we can recover those data files. I'm not sure that we can.
Okay.
I don't know whether they were kept or archived. It was used to produce those maps.
Okay. Another question I need to ask you right here too, which is going to come in the mapping department right here in just a few minutes. These neighborhood maps right here, is the property
Which ones
value,
are they?
all of them, right, it's something like 600 to
The
some of
one
them.
you're referring to there